We're here at IoT in Action Santa Clara, and I'm here with Joe from Clovity. What's the value for your team being here, interacting with industry experts, customers, and so forth?
This is actually my first IoT in Action, but it's been a great experience so far. I would say in the 4 hours I've been here so far, it's proved its worth times 10. And even last year, our CEO was here presenting, and I think Boana was here too. And some of the partnerships that we formed, like with Fathom, with Advantech, we actually had those meetings at IoT in Action. And a year later, we've formed complete bundled solutions with those companies. So it's been good.
Tell us a little bit about how IoT in Action can serve as a platform to bring these partnerships together and what that means for your companies individually and as a whole.
Yeah, I think being here, we already have something in common, right? Like we're interested in IoT, we're partnering with Microsoft, and so it's a chance for us to bring our solutions, our unique solutions to a venue like this and see how they might pair up together. And so that's what we've done with Fathom and with Advantech, and also with Arrow, is kind of partner our IoT solutions with the Azure IoT cloud and put something together that fits into specific verticals.
Tell us a little bit about the solution that you have. I know your teams are participating here in the expo today, so tell us a little bit about that solution, how it works, what's the problem it solves, and plans for deployment.
Yeah, so we're nestled right in between the Fathom and the Advantech booth, which is pretty appropriate because we're partnering with Fathom to connect their weather data for road conditions and things like that with our C-SensorNet, which is our IoT software platform. And then we use the Advantech hardware to do the edge computing. So we're kind of that software middle layer that brings all of those pieces together. The APIs that are coming from the weather data, the edge computing that's done on the Advantech devices, and it's all of that analytic work is done in the C-SensorNet platform.
How has Clovity built on top of the Microsoft Azure platform, and how does that enable your team to be more confident in building those solutions and bringing value to your customers?
Yeah. So we've been a Microsoft partner, Azure partner for 2 years now. And I would say since I've been a part of Clovity, 90% of our integration projects have been with customers who are using Azure. So we've become so familiar with integrating with data that's already in the Azure cloud, and it's kind of really helped us build these relationships that we're talking about here. Specifically our partnership with Arrow. They're very interested right now in the Microsoft relationship and how we can help sell Azure, market Azure to their customers. So our ability to integrate with that and our familiarity with it has been super helpful.
Tell me a little bit about why you think it's so important for security and developing IoT solutions to be intertwined. I know it's a really hot topic, but nowadays with security, I wanted to hear your thoughts on that and help us understand the importance of security in IoT.
Yeah, I think security in IoT is, even after all the visibility that it's gotten in recent years, is still often overlooked when you're building a connected IoT product. Like my background, I came from IoT development and certification on the hardware side, where a lot of times folks will build a product without any security in mind, with just kind of the idea that they want to get that product to market. And then oftentimes they'll have maybe 10 or 20,000 widgets in the field before they discover there's a security issue. It's the same thing on the software side. Like we've kind of realized the importance of not only partnering with hardware providers who value security, but then on the integration side, we have partners like Microsoft, other partners who kind of specialize in cybersecurity that make sure when we put an end-to-end solution together, from the hardware piece to the cloud to the end solution, that there's not going to be any vulnerabilities. But it is definitely something that I think still people don't probably consider in as much as they should.
One of the main things that we know for sure is how dynamically the landscape of IoT changes year over year. So I wanted to get your thoughts on how you see IoT evolving in the next 3 to 5 years. I know there's a lot of buzz around machine learning and AI, but also using that ethically. So what are your thoughts on how IoT is evolving in the next 3 to 5 years, and how do you see Clovity's solution driving impact in the growth of that?
Yeah, I see a lot of IoT solutions So I know we're talking about 5G, we're talking about AI and all of these things that are kind of the buzzwords today. But I feel like just what's happening now is the things that we were talking about 3 or 4 years ago are finally starting to come to fruition.
Sure.
So it's interesting to see. We're doing a lot of work in smart cities. We're doing a lot of work in industrial IoT. These are things that people were talking about doing like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago that now they're actually implementing. Like these were ideas then and now we're implementing it today. So I think it's exciting to think about, okay, a lot of the ideas we're talking about today, like 5G is, you know, there's minimal deployments in select cities right now. Like it's very much not even a reality yet. But the things that we're talking about doing with autonomous vehicles, remote healthcare, the things that you can do with next to no latency with 5G, like those are things that 3, 4, or 5 years from now will actually be coming to fruition. So I'm excited to not only implement today what is going on, you know, that we were talking about a few years ago, but 5 years from now, it's going to be pretty cool to see what Clovity is doing in the realm of AI or 5G or remote healthcare applications. It's exciting.
If you could potentially reach out to the customers that are watching this video and tell them why they should leverage your solution or work with Clovity, what would that response be?
I would say if you're looking to if you're working on a project that has to do with IoT in specific verticals, whether it's smart city, industrial IoT, retail, and you have a custom project that needs integration assistance, that come talk to us. We've already got many of the templates created. We already have many of the partners in place, like I mentioned, Fathom, Advantech, Arrow, other hardware partners that we work with. And our team of engineers will make it happen in a very, very quick turnaround.